So now I'm going to add the jewels. So my mirror is still on the blade. I have it selected. I'm in object mode. I'm going to go to my edit mode by pressing tab. And you can only adjust the side that you made the mirror from. So I can't click on this side to adjust it. I have to click on this side, and I want to add the jewels. So to see it better, I'm going to select the reference mode by going to my object mode, selecting the reference and bringing it down. I'm going to select the blade. I'm going to press tab back in my edit mode, and I'm going to press 7 to look above. And I'm going to go to my wireframe mode. I want to make an indent for the jewel to go in. So I'm going to press 1 for vertex, select this one right here, and I'm going to move it so that there is space around the image of the gem. I'm going to do the same down here. And if you remember from before, what happens to one side is happening to the other side. Now I'm going to press 3 for my face mode. Now I'm going to select the faces where the gem is going to be. I'm going to select these faces while holding on to shift. Going to come out of my wireframe mode. I'm going to press I for inset, and I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. Going to see how it looks over the other gem. I'm going to press 1 for vertex mode, and I'm going to make adjustments. I'm going to check the other one now. I'm going to press 3 to go back to face mode, select these faces while holding on to shift. Come out of wireframe. I'm going to press E for extrude, and I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. So now I'm going to come out of edit mode. I'm going to press tab, going to click away, and I'm going to press shift A, and I'm going to bring in a cube. Now, the reason why I brought in the cube inside object mode is because I want this to be a separate object from the sword. What am I talking about? So I'm going to undo, bringing in the cube, and I'm going to go back to my edit mode. And now I'm going to press shift A. I'm going to bring in a cube. I'm going to press S to make it smaller. Now notice that even though I brought in the cube separately, if I go to my object mode, if I press the blade and I move it, you will notice that the cube moves along with it. Even if you look inside the outliner, blade is selected with the cube being a part of it. When you add in an object in edit mode, it usually becomes part of the last object you were modifying. So I'm going to undo this. Continue to press undo until the cube disappears. And instead of bringing in the cube in my edit mode, I'm going to bring it in my object mode. So I'm going to press tab, click away to make sure nothing is selected, and I'm going to press shift A, and I'm going to bring in a cube. The cube is of course very large, so I'm going to press S and make it smaller. I'm going to press 7 to look at my top mode. I'm going to press tab for my edit mode. go to wireframe, bring it to where the gem is. Now I want to rotate it, but if you notice, my pivot is up here. So to bring it back to the cube, I'm going to go to Object, I'm going to go to Set Origin, and I'm going to go to Origin to Center of Mass, Surface. And it's back in the center of the cube. I'm going to come out of wireframe mode for it to be shown better, and it's back at the center of the cube. So now I'm going to press 7 to go back to the top mode, go back to wireframe. So now I'm going to press R to rotate it and rotate it around. Now I'm going to press Tab to go to my edit mode. I'm going to press 1 for vertex mode. Now I'm going to select this vertex, hold on to Shift, select this vertex. I'm going to press Scale, bring it in along the X just a little bit until it matches the image. So now I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to press G for grab. I'm going to press X, bring it in. It's about here. I'm going to select all the vertices, press G for grab, and then I'm going to press Y, bring up just a little bit so it lines up more. Now I'm going to select these two vertices right here. I'm going to press S for scale, Y, bring it in. Now I'm going to go to my face mode by pressing 3. And I'm going to, so I'm in my face mode, but for some reason vertices are being selected. So I'm going to come out of wireframe to see what I'm looking at. I'm going to select this face mode right here. I'm going to press 7 again to go to the top, go to wireframe, and I'm going to press I to inset, bring it in. I'm going to come out of my wireframe mode. I'm then going to press G for grab and then press Z and bring it up just a little bit. I'm going to select this face, press G then Z again and bring it up. Now I'm going to press 2 for my edge mode and I'm going to press A. Now what I'm going to do is with all the edges selected, these are very, very sharp and I want to smooth them out just a little bit. So I'm going to press Ctrl B for bevel and bring out just a little bit. Not too much. Hold on to Shift to slow it down just a little bit. To maybe about here. So everything's good. There's just one slight problem. We have tries. So there's several ways I could fix this. One of the ways that I can fix this is by pressing Ctrl R, adding an edge loop here and clicking, and then pressing Ctrl R again and adding an edge loop here and clicking. And if you look around it to see where the loop stopped, it stopped right here where there was another try. And even though it still looks like a try, it's actually 4 sides now. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to press Ctrl R, double click that, an edge loop right there. Ctrl R, double click right here. And now those are no longer tries, they're actually quads. Now I'm going to press Ctrl R, click, and going to drag it up here. Press Ctrl R, click, and drag it down here. Then I'm going to press Ctrl R here and bring it in right here. So now I'm going to go to my object mode, and with the gem selected, I'm going to go to add modifier and I'm going to go to subdivision surface. I'm going to bring up the levels viewport to, let me try 3 to smooth it out. And now I'm going to bring it down. So as you can see, the space for the gem is a little bit off, so I'm going to press 7 and I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm going to click on the sword this time. I'm in object mode and I'm going to press tab to go to my edit mode. Going to press my vertex mode, go to wireframe and make adjustments. Remembering that what's happening on one side is happening on the other because I still have mirror on. Need to adjust this one just a little bit more. Go back to wireframe. Now you can of course go between wireframe and shade mode, but remember that in wireframe, when you select vertices, a group of them, you can also select the ones that are not visible. So if you are switching between, before you select, for example, more vertices or edges, go to wireframe mode and then go back to shade mode. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my object mode, click on the gem, press Shift D and move it. Going to go back to my wireframe mode. I'm going to press R to rotate and rotate it around so that it starts to match the other gem. I'm going to press G to grab now. Press R to rotate it again. G to grab. This gem seems a little bit smaller, so I'm going to press S. Press R again to rotate it just a little bit. So now I'm going to go to my edit mode and I'm going to select these vertices and I'm going to go to my proportional editing. I'm going to select these vertices as well. Bring them down just a little bit, make the circle smaller. Press R to rotate it. Make the circle a little bit smaller. Bring this in just a little bit. Bring this out just a little bit. Bring this right about here. And bring this right about here. So now I'm going to come out of my wireframe. Go back to object mode. Look at the indent. Of course it's off. I'm going to press 7 again to look at the top. I select my sword. Go back to my edit mode. Go to wireframe and make adjustments. I just realized my proportional editing is still on, so I'm going to press Ctrl Z, take off proportional editing, and make adjustments. to my wireframe, go to my shade mode, see how it looks, go back to wireframe, set these vertices and make adjustments. Gonna press tab, go back to my object mode, see how the gems look. Now I'm going to name them, so I'm going to select this one right here. It says cube. I'm going to name it gem 1. Then I'm going to select this one right here. And I'm going to name it gem 2. Right click, new collection. Bring them into new collection where it says collection 2. After they're both in, I'm going to rename collection 2 gems. So now with gem 1 selected, I'm going to press 1. You can see right there selected. I'm going to add a modifier. I'm going to go to mirror. The mirror selected, I'm going to unselect X and I'm going to press Z. So if I go to wireframe, the pivot is not along the X axis cleanly. So I'm going to delete the mirror. So I'm going to go to object, set origin, origin to 3D cursor right there. Now I'm going to go to add modifier, press mirror, take off X and press Z. Now it's where it's supposed to be on the blade. I'm going to do the same thing with the next gem. I'm going to press 1, make sure it's on the X. No, it's not, so I'm going to go to object, set origin, origin to 3D cursor. Now I'm going to add a modifier. I'm going to go to mirror, I'm going to take off X and I'm going to press Z. So now I have made the gems for the blade.